So we are all. This is the first actually. It's usually we're talking a lot more, but anyway. What's up, fam? Zane here, and welcome to another episode of On2 Couch Talks. As you may see, I'm not here with the usual suspects. I'm here with Jaso. Jaso, welcome to the couch, brother.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Hey. So we've got Jaso on instead of Pez and Shurs because Jaso is our drags coordinator for On2. He knows a lot about drags. I called you an expert, but you didn't like that.
Well, it's not really true, is it?
Well, to me it's true.
Thanks,
You got all this. You got all the skills. So
Yep,
I
thank you.
always look to you for those sorts of things. Anyway, but that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going into drags, and that's why we've got Jaso in, because it's something that you're pretty passionate about. You do a lot of our drag stuff, things like that, and there's a lot of events coming up this month. Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Yep. Just quickly, also, before we get into the episode, because we do have a special guest today, this month is, I'm just going to do a quick bit of a shout out, right? This month, by the end of this month, July, marks a year since a lot of us lost a very good friend to an accident. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, like it's not just On2Crew people that are watching this, you know, like we've all been touched by friends that have had accidents and we've lost friends, and but this one's pretty special. I'm wearing this jumper. So this month, July, marks a year. It's coming up in a couple of weeks, so miss you, brother. Always think about you. You're always close to me, and same with a lot of people on On2Crew. He was a very special person. Like
Definitely.
He was, if you rode with us, you knew who he was. He touched a lot of people. His infectious personality was just so good. And to his family out there, you guys, you know, we're always here. You know, left his wife and his kids behind, and we're always here to support you guys. So just, if you ever need anything, reach out. But let's move on. We'll bring in today's very special guest. Come on in, Jace. Two Jaces on the couch.
How we doing?
Good, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Good. So everybody, this is Jason Clarkin. Jason, welcome to the couch. So we've got Jason Francis and Jason Clarkin.
Finally get to sit on that couch I've been seeing.
You do. Yeah. It's everyone's been seeing it, and welcome anyway. So let's just start with, we've got you on because you do a lot of drags, right? So how long have you been doing it for?
Probably started about 13 years ago or so, just going up to Benarabi, old country track.
Is that somewhere where you've been, Jace?
No, not yet.
No, you haven't been up there?
Possibly one day. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
They run a really good all bike event up there, which is coming up this year.
All bikes?
Yep. In
How
August.
far away is it, you say?
6-hour trip north.
Oh, from here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. that is a way away.
Big weekend.
Yeah.
So it's just that's drag strip? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Just drag strip, quarter mile.
Quarter mile
Yep.
drag strip.
Yep.
All right. What kind of got you into? Well, I think I know. I think I know what got you into racing and stuff like that. But you do a lot of our events and stuff, right? So
Yeah,
what got you? What tickled your fancy, I suppose, into doing that?
I think just just passionate about bikes, riding, obviously, and I like to go fast.
Yeah.
And the safest place to do it is on the track.
Yeah.
Taking it away from the streets. I think everyone's sort of had their bit of fun here and there over the years, and you sort of you soon realise the place to do it is at the right location. Which is for us.
Especially for people like us, like we're getting on, like when you're younger, you know everybody wants to go fast on the street, right? So
Definitely.
the place to do it is on the track. So how long did you say you've been doing it for?
About 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Right.
The last 4 years I've been getting a lot more into it, doing a lot more racing at Willowbank.
Yeah.
Doing the different series, street series and QDRC, and some of the bigger events, Nitro rounds, Thunder rounds.
Oh, right. So you're
Winter Nationals.
So you're like fully in. Do you need to have a Like, do you have to have a drag license? Like,
You do to go into the bigger events in
Yeah.
QDRC. You've got to have a IHRA license.
yeah. So, but we do like race your mates and stuff, right? So you've been doing that. Like street bikes, we don't like anybody can go out to a drag strip, right?
Yep.
Like there's all
Definitely, yeah.
like I'm coming from a person that does it. Like I know nothing about car drags, bike drags. I know nothing, right? So I guess I'm going to be asking questions that hopefully will answer a lot of things for you guys out there as well, right? Like we talk about track days and stuff like that, but drag days are. I've been out to one Race Your Mates day, which I watched you, and man, that was cool. Like it was like really different. Like it's a different atmosphere. Like everybody seems to be like super happy out there. Like and everybody's like everybody has their little crews like. That get behind their bikes and cars and whatnot, and it seems really, really different. So, is that one of the things that
Oh, it's
interests
a good
you?
culture. Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. It's like a family, like a second family out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can do things to a street bike. So, Jace, you for one, I know that you do tie downs and things like that.
Yep.
Do you want to like explain to people what tie down? What can you do to your street bike? Like, Jace runs his Jigsaw. That's like actually Jason and I are Jigsaw brothers. For those of you that don't know, like we're proper Jigsaw brothers. And you're a Bussa man, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Suzuki
it's
family,
a
mate.
Suzuki couch.
Yeah,
Oh, how
100%.
good is this? A Suzuki couch. But what can you do? Because like I said, I know that you do a few things to your like street bike, which keeps you within range to not have to have like a drag license or whatnot. So let's explain to some of the people out there what are the things that you can do.
Well, it's just basically like lowering your bike, the centre of gravity as far down as you can, sort of like without sort of going too far,
Yeah.
to cause any damage. But so you have your front straps, then you have your like the window link in the rear, which is adjustable. So for normal street riding, you have it set to the standard height, which
Yeah.
is the same length as the factory link.
Yeah.
When it comes to the drag meets, you just put it up on the stand, loosen your lock nuts, and wind it out to the specific measurement,
Yeah.
and tighten them up, and away you go. Then your bike's basically, you can sit on your bike and you'll be flat-footed,
Yeah.
and you know, like you probably, what would you say, you'd be 3 inches lower, I reckon. Than like a standard height sort of thing, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
And the point of that is like
Well,
stop wheeling.
yeah, it's just to lower your centre of gravity down. So the lower like your weight is, and to stop your your suspension from stretching,
Yeah.
which creates lift obviously, and will pick your front wheel up. So the more chance you have of keeping the front wheel down, you get the power to the rear wheel,
Yeah.
and away you go.
Yeah, yeah. So and with the straps, like it's strapped to like the triple tree or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
no. So you have two brackets, one each side on the brake calipers.
Yep.
And then your strap actually bolts to that bracket. So when you come to strap it down, you just pull it's just like a quick release cord.
Yeah.
So you just roll it forward, grab the brake, pull the strap.
Yeah.
And
So
do-
you're
like do
putting compression into your
yeah,
front
compressing
shock.
your front shocks. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And I know, because I know I've seen it, like, so people out there have probably seen it on, like, YouTube clips, because they do it in America, eh? Like, it's pretty big in the States. Like, you see I've seen, like, videos of guys, like, at just service stations, and they're, like, pulling the straps on their bikes, and
Yeah.
they want to go out on the highway, right? So, these are things that you can do to street bikes, and that's, you know, what kind of time have you run?
My PB is 9:48 at 151 mile an hour.
So, and that's a difference, right? Because I remember the first time I went out with you to like a race your mates, you didn't have your straps and stuff like that, and you're in tens in the tens.
No, that would have been, that was when I wasn't tuned, and that was a test and tune night.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was all factory height then, and I was running, like my PB then, before any lowering, was a 10.091.
So that's the difference, right? That's what just a few little things like that, doing that to your street bike can do for you. So, moving on from going to street bike, is yours a street bike like
Yeah.
what you race? So
Yeah,
your bus
mine's
is
street
like
bike.
it's
Registered
for the
street
road.
bike. Yep.
And so,
Always has been.
what mods have you like? What things do you do to
Mine's
your bike?
lowered
So it's like
front and
properly-
rear all the time.
Yeah.
I've always got it lowered.
Yeah, okay.
Just makes it easier and more comfortable on the street as well.
And what times are you running on that thing?
Best it's done is 9:29 at 155 mile an hour.
Well, that's like pretty good, like street bike too. So, for those of you that aren't in Brisbane, so we've got Willowbank, right? That's our local.
Yep.
That's our local drag strip. And for anybody in Australia, you'd know Willowbank Raceway, right? If you're into drags and things like that, you'd know Willowbank Raceway. But just recently, Willowbank's been closed, right? Like it's been closed for a while because they've been resurfacing it.
Yeah, they've redone the track.
Yeah, so one of the questions that like I didn't know, and we were talking to Jace about this. Like, what's the go with the surface of a drag strip? Like, what is the surface of a drag
So
strip?
it's all concrete,
Yep.
and then they scrub rubber on it. They put tyres behind a tractor, and they scrape the track with the tyres, so the rubber comes off and goes onto the
So is
concrete.
that the whole quarter mile or the whole track?
Yep.
It's like
They just run the tractors,
no
lay
way.
that down,
Yeah, we'll see.
and then they put their chemical compound on for the traction.
I always thought it was
traction
just like
compound.
I always thought all that rubber that goes down is just
From the car.
from the burnouts,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because you know, like for people that don't know and you see it, like you always see they're doing burnouts at the start, obviously to get.
Yeah, no, when they redid the track, they got a couple of guys on tractors towing tyres down it for days, just
No
constantly
way.
going up and down, up and down.
So that's what took it so long, right? So and they've just so obviously this is coming out at end of July, but they've just had like winter nationals or
Yes.
something like that.
It opened up just in time for winter nationals.
So was that just cars or
No, bikes as well.
Did you go out there?
Yeah, I was out there.
Were you
I was out at
racing?
winter. Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
made
how'd
it
you
to
go?
Made it to the quarterfinals.
Oh,
this year,
nice.
which is the best I've done so far.
Yeah. And with a lot of drags, like, so are you all like self-funded with what you do? Like, I mean, you like.
Most guys are.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like-
I'm lucky enough to have a few sponsors now because I've been racing for a while. And
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
so you.
so I've got a couple close mates and some sponsors now who've come on board, and I get my tyres free now. which is
Oh,
good.
that's good. So that's all with all the mechanics of your bike, is like obviously tuning it and all that.
Yeah,
sort
I've got a
of
mate
stuff.
of mine who's a mechanic, and he's a sponsor as well. He does all my motor work, and
That'd be nice, though.
Oh, might have to try and get yourself. Might have to try and get
I
yourself.
pay
some
I pay
sponsors
for a
there.
lot of that too, though.
Yeah, that's
I
right,
get
yeah,
mates
yeah.
rates with labour and stuff.
But I think that I see, like, from what I know, like I said, I don't know much about drags and just what I see on TV and stuff like that. But it seems to be it's a labour of love, right? Like a lot of teams and things like that. And this might be the same with most car racing.
You don't make money drag racing.
Yeah, right.
It's a
right.
passion.
It is a passion, and people put a lot of money into it.
It's
as
expensive.
well. I do know, like, so one of the things that I've like seen is that, like, with a drag car, sometimes like they're like rebuilding engines, like they do a quarter mile
Between
and they
laps.
rebuild an engine. Is it the same with bikes as well? Like a bike's pretty similar to that.
No, when you get up into your top fuel
Top
bikes
fuel
and stuff
bikes.
like that, and your pro bikes,
Yeah.
they do a lot more of that stuff. But when you're with your modified bikes and stuff, a lot of the time you don't have to do a hell of a lot.
Yeah. So
And
like,
street bikes, well, you don't really
They're
have to
super
touch them.
reliable, aren't they? You know,
Yeah.
basically.
I hardly touch mine, ever.
oh, okay.
Just normal servicing and
Normal service.
yeah.
Oh, well, like you said, it's a road registered vehicle.
Yeah.
But 921, like that's pretty quick. Like even yours, like that's pretty quick.
And I'm just like basically a backyard man, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
don't-
you're just someone
yeah.
who likes going fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And it's just a basic tune. There's no motor work done to it. It's just it's all factory gearing.
So just from the two of you, like, so I know for myself, because we've got an event coming up, right? There's an event coming up which will already have been held by the time this comes out. But that's going to be my first time, like, on the drag strip, right? And I know I've already said this to you, and I am useless off the lights. I'm not one of those person that can sit at the lights and like race anywhere, like, because I'm just just don't have that confidence to just drop the clutch, right? Do you guys have any tips for anybody that might be going out there and might want to go out there on their first time at the drag strip? Like, have you got any tips for, how to get off the line? Like, what you can do to get off the line?
Straight up, don't drop your clutch. Otherwise, you'll be doing these ones.
Yeah,
And you'll be on the back. You need to slip
The-
your clutch. You need
The,
to.
the best way to start learning anyway, to get out to these events,
Yeah.
like the Gasoline Alley Day, and just take off your first time. Just take off like you're taking off from the lights, and just push it a little bit further each time you go down.
Yeah, okay.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, practice, eh?
It's all just practice,
Yeah,
eh?
it is.
Getting-
It's seat
getting
time.
the feel.
It's seat time with any of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know we were talking earlier about, like, you know, we have spoken and people, we do see on the page that people like go to test and tune nights and things like that, and don't necessarily, something might happen and they might not get a few runs, but you were saying that there's something else that there's like other bike nights that.
Yeah, if you want to do your street bike, they've got the Street Series, which is a nice cheap entryway to get into drag racing if you're interested after you get a taste of it.
Yeah.
And it's nice and cheap. There's lots of guys there on the bikes who are all ex-racers, and there's guys who are ex-Australian champions there.
So you can get a lot of help.
You can
out
get a lot
there
of help,
as
and
well.
everybody helps out. If you've got questions, everybody there is more than willing to help you out,
Yeah.
Well,
give you
that's
some
what we-
guidance.
Well, that's what we experienced. Like me, Trev, and Andrew went out for the first time, and the guys are more than willing to help out and give us tips and,
Yeah.
and pointers on how to get off the line faster, and you know how to stage properly and all that sort of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, there's no dumb questions out there.
it's certainly a good atmosphere. You can't go out there and sort of like unless you're sort of really socially awkward and don't like to approach people.
Yeah.
But like they won't hesitate to help you. Eh? It's really
Yeah.
good, really good. Yeah.
And you get a lot of runs too. The best I've had at a street series is 16 runs down the track in the one
16
night.
runs.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
And for your money that you pay, it's great. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
So they do that out at Willowbank, yeah?
Yeah, that's every month.
So, I mean, we're only talking about Brisbane, and I did ask you this as well. You've only been down to Sydney, right?
Yeah, only
but-
been down to Sydney once.
Surely, like, all this kind of stuff that happens here, like in Brisbane, that'd be happening in all
It
the
does.
different...
It does. They have midweek. I think it's Wednesday nights down there. They have street racing down there. So go out to the track and race your mates.
Yeah.
They have it every Wednesday night. I think it is.
So for those of you that are out, there that are in different states, like maybe WA or Victoria, things like that, what I could probably suggest is maybe just jump onto your local drag strip like website. They'll have a website, like Willowbank has a
definitely.
website. Everywhere has a website, right? If you're interested in getting into the drags, then like just jump on, find out when their days are, find out when their test and tunes are, get out there. Like the boys said, it's a common theme within the motorcycle community is, you know, we're always there to help each other and support each other and things like that. And it's awesome to hear that that's the same way it is with the drags as well. Like, because people would maybe look at it and think that there's competition involved, but at the end of the day, yes, there is competition, but everybody wants to get the best out of everybody. That's my takeaway from it, right?
oh, for sure.
Definitely.
So
They've actually, if you get on and have a look at the calendar at Willowbank, go in and see, click on what's on,
yeah,
and there's a calendar and it shows all the different events that are on there.
yeah.
And they've just created a new one too for street bikes only, street vehicles, street registered vehicles only, and you're not allowed to run under 10 seconds. So that'll be a really good night for people to go out there and have.
Is that for bikes too, though?
yeah,
the 10
bikes
second
and
mark?
cars.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So previously, you with like a street day like this, the gasoline alley one that we've got coming up. I know like one of the stipulations is you can't run anything better than a 9.5. Is that what
That's
it
what
is?
it used to be. Yeah. Yep.
Now it's
Yep.
changed
Yeah.
And it's changed. What's it changed to?
down to 9.0.
So 9.0. So street bike. So that was you because
I was kicked off the track.
you got
basically.
kicked
Well,
off
not
one
kicked
because
off. I
you
was
went
asked
under a
to.
9.5,
I said,
right?
Yeah, I was told that I couldn't run anymore because I sort of went faster than their limit.
Yep.
And you need a license. You got to have a health check and a
Yeah.
check on your bike and all sorts of stuff. So,
Yeah. Okay.
and obviously you can't get it done on the day, but something you have to go away and plan to
And this is
set
all
your
stuff
bike
that
up. You know.
you've done.
Yeah.
Like you've had to get all that stuff
Yep.
done with your bike and everything like that. So
Yeah.
it's all like
Yeah, because
registered.
mine
and-
started running under 9.5 and I was going to QDRCs and stuff, so
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
to get all that.
So, and just for like your general leader bike, right? Like I remember going out there looking at like there's a few Ducatis out there. Oh, did I just do that? No. You know, sorry, couldn't help it. But you're looking at your general leader bike with a decent, someone decent on it. It's like going to run like a kind of mid to high 10, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Right? Yep. So
In the 10 range, yeah, for sure.
that's pretty good, like for a non-modified bike, and then you've got, you know, and what did I seen dudes out there on monkeys, like
Well,
there's
Crispin ran like a 21-second quarter mile or something. It was, you know.
yeah.
See, anybody can win.
Yeah,
When it comes to racing, like street series, You dial in your time. So
Yeah.
I've been beaten by a Grom before. I was,
Yeah.
I was on the start line for 13 seconds waiting to go after he left the start line. And I got beaten. He beat me over the finish line.
Yeah.
But that's
So
what
that's what I mean. Anybody can win. Doesn't matter. You don't have to have the fastest, most powerful bike. You can have.
Yeah.
It's actually easier on a slower, less powerful bike to win because it's more consistent.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
There's less things that can go wrong.
And that's one of the things that I guess I'm trying to get to at the moment is like we've kind of been talking about how fast you can go and things like that. But it's not just about that.
Oh, no.
If you want to get out,
It's consistency.
If you want to get out there and you've only got a 250 or a 300 or whatever you've got, like you can still go out there
Oh, yeah,
and run the
and
full
win.
mile. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
so for all of you out there thinking, oh, I need to have a fast bike to go out and drag.
No,
Definitely
you don't
not.
have to.
Yeah.
No,
Definitely
that's
not.
right.
And if you go for a street series, you're in the chance for points and you can win trophies as well.
Yeah.
You'd be
And
amazed how
then-
many people have been out there for their first time and taken home a trophy.
That could be
Well,
me
look at
next
us.
week.
Well, look at me that first night. I got beaten by a guy that ran nearly 12-second quarter mile,
Yeah.
you know, and I was running like flat 10s,
Yeah.
and he chopped me, you know, like, it was just like, that's racing, but...
This is making me feel
and
pretty
it
good about my
but it
first time
it
coming
just goes
up.
to prove the point that, like what Jason's saying about, you know, like you don't have to be the fastest bike, you know, it's all about having fun and getting out there and having a crack,
I mean, the
you know?
gasoline alley days, there's no dial-ins for that. That's just run
Yeah,
down the
just
track.
run.
That's
Yeah.
just a fun day just to
it's
see
just
if you
go
like
out
it,
there
which
and
is good.
Give it a go, and
'Cause
it's good that they're putting that on as
Yeah.
well, right? Because that does.
Oh,
give
it's awesome
people,
for the community.
It gives the community a chance to get out there. Someone like myself, like who's like never done it before, just to get out there and give it a go and see how much I like it.
Yeah, well,
And
it takes away that pressure, you know?
Yeah.
Because there is that level of like, oh, am I going to do it right? Am I going to flip my bike or whatever?
Yeah.
And like Jason said, just get out there and just take off like a normal set of lights you would like down the street, you know? And
Yeah.
each time just give it a little bit
Just
more.
give it a little bit more and-
just feel your bike and
Because that's it as well, right? And it's like there's like people like that are out there that are like me. Like I don't go to every light trying to get off the light as fast as I can because I ride my bike on the road like I'm a daily rider. Like I'm not trying to push myself, so I will get that opportunity to do it on the track. And then the other thing is we've got. It's not just that quarter mile racing. Like there's so many different things out there. Lakeside have done. I know Lakeside were doing the 8th mile.
I do that one too. I
Oh,
go
you
to
do that one?
Lakeside, yeah,
Oh, because you're on
8th mile.
Allside as well, same
Yeah.
as me.
Yeah, 8 minutes away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
But-
doing the off-street 8th mile. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Good fun out there too.
And the other one that Jason's taken out twice, did he beat you? Did you run him?
I at roll racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he got me. I got
Yeah.
beaten by 2 bikes.
Well, so that's the other one, roll racing as well, which QR
That's
have
good
been
fun.
doing lately. So you want to explain what roll? Well, the difference what roll racing is.
Well, the
compared
roll
to-
racing, you start and you both roll off together and you come around the final corner
Yeah.
onto the main straight and you sit side by side at 40 k's an hour.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you hit that line, you go and the race is onto the finish line and whoever crosses first wins.
Yeah. So this is more like
So it's if you don't like that trying to get off the line,
Get off
you're
the
already
line.
off the line, so you're already rolling. So there's
And
yeah,
this is
a lot
this,
easier.
This is gonna suit those, you know, like I said, I'll go back to TikTok videos and things like that. You see the guys out on the highway. That's where, you know, like out on the streets they do their racing. And for any of you guys out there that do that sort of stuff, right? You go out on the highways at night time. You know, look, everybody rides their own ride, but you know, there's plenty of people out there that go out there and want to race cars and race each other, and it's like it's basically roll racing. Get out to QR, go and join in with these guys and do some roll racing and see really how fast you are, because that's where you're going to get tested. And you got legit people out there. So if you think you're quick, go and do it in a safe environment, because that's what it's all about, right? We're trying to give you guys the information to get out there and do these things. Like, we all love riding, we all love going fast, and we're trying to give you guys the correct information to go out there and do it safely, right? So that's what it's all about. And you know, Jason's taken that roll racing out twice, eh? So how many runs do you get? Like, so is that
I'll put it this
You
way,
can't count,
we've
man.
been getting a lot of runs already, but now that they've branched out and they're running their own thing now, moto roll racing, and having their own bike-specific night only
Yeah.
bikes, so you're going to get a 2-hour practice session.
Yeah, well, I think we had 45 minutes
2-hour
last time.
practice session.
2 hours,
yeah.
2 hours just to run as many laps as you want, race as many people as you want.
Oh, so
And then
like,
after
you
that
can-
2 hours, you come back in and then you go back out
So
for
when-
eliminations.
when you're doing your practicing, like, you can like hold up and go, hey, like
Yeah,
wait
that's
for
what you do.
someone?
You go out
Yeah.
and you try and race everybody. You try and
Oh,
line up
yeah.
against everybody so you can have a taste of who's out there and have a go against
See
all
who
different
you can
bikes.
beat and who you can't beat,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, yeah.
Because when it comes
That's what
down,
it is.
like when it comes down to the racing, is it like
It's just elimination once they
yeah,
go.
it's just
So
straight elimination. So
you
whoever
lose,
you
you're
get
out.
in the first round, if you get someone
Yep.
quick in the first round, it's tough titties.
Yeah, but it like the like the bikes are split up into categories too, though, right? Like you
Yeah.
have your leader bikes and you have your 600s,
Yep.
or are the 600s with the leaders?
I'm not sure how they've
Yeah,
structured it
I
this
think it
time
might be 600s with
specifically.
leader bikes. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they
but,
might have changed it this time.
Oh, okay.
I think a bit more towards the
Roll
car
racing
way.
probably wouldn't
I
be
think.
too bad. 600s with leader bike.
And then you have like your lambs like style bikes, you know, in that lower group as well. So, yeah, it's out there for everybody, basically.
Do they have like a street cruiser?
I think last time they posted something up for the new one now, I think they were doing Lambs bikes, twins, so the Harley boys, cruiser boys can get into it.
Yeah.
Oh, righty, yeah, that's cool.
And then I think the other bikes might be, I think it might be all open.
Because I think that
Okay.
Yeah.
the all bike nights are like that as well, right? Like the all bike nights, they do. You got your they do leader bikes, then cruisers, all that sort of stuff.
No,
Is that
that's
right?
all time bracketed, like the all bike, isn't it? Like the all bike.
The all bike, you got your different categories. So you got your
Categories,
ladies, you got your Lambs, you've got modified bike, street bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a whole bunch of different categories. So
Yeah.
whatever category you fit into,
Yeah.
that's where you go and you see how you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And we've also got that the Moto Roll Racing event, or the pre-meet for the event on the 18th.
Yeah, which
Coming
would
up,
have
yeah.
So it's coming up for us now, but by the time this comes out, it would have already been. But it's, that's one of the reasons why I've got you on, right? Because you do a lot of you're always on top of our drags and things like that. So for people that are in On2Crew, especially in Brisbane, any future events, look out for Jace's posts because Jace will be posting them up. Like he gets
Definitely.
on top of that. You always try to get us out for the tests and tunes and things.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
now the track's reopened, we have plenty of opportunity to get out there, and it's
Yeah.
usually on a Saturday night for a test and tune.
Yeah.
If it's not the
They're Friday nights as well.
yeah, well, like the Friday nights, we don't get as much like track time. I don't think people get home from work, and
Yeah.
it's just it's more it's an easier mark to catch. Like on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Attract more people, sort of thing.
That seems to be the same thing.
And the
with
bigger the
everything,
group, the
right?
better it is too. You know what I mean? You get a great atmosphere. It's a really good night. It really is. And you can sit back and you compare notes. You know what I mean? Like how fast were you?
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah.
It's good. I'd like to see all the go fast boys, mate, that like to go quick and all that sort of stuff. Come on out to the track and have a crack.
Oh, that's one thing that I didn't ask. For anybody out there that wants to just get out and do like a test and tune, or what is the safety? What is the minimum safety equipment that you have to wear out on the drag strip?
Well, it's just an approved helmet, basically. Then you got to have your proper
Because
proper
we
riding
go
boots.
out for a track day, right? Like for a track day
They're
out
very
at
strict
QR or
track
something
days,
like
yeah.
that, right? You've
You've
got
got
to
to
have
have
full
full
leathers,
leathers,
Zip up, all that sort of stuff, yeah.
gauntlet gloves, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Is that the same for drags?
No,
No.
it's not.
So-
It's similar, but starting from the top, you got to have your helmet that's approved, a leather jacket or a equivalent Kevlar
Yep.
material, same as your riding pants, and then it comes down you either have your full-on riding boots or lace-up riding shoes.
I think because I did
And I
see
think you
with
can't
the
have
gas-
you can't have your ankles
They're gonna
exposed.
be, no, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
No, well,
gonna be
that's what
above
I
your
seen
ankles.
on the Gasoline Alley one. Like it was like you can have normal riding shoes, but so long as your pants go over the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've either got to have the boots that come up to there,
Yep.
or if you don't have those, your pants need to go over.
Yes.
So that's pretty standard. That's
Yep.
pretty standard.
It's pretty
for
much
all
the
those
standard
nights.
riding gear
Yeah.
for the
So
road.
it's-
And normal gloves,
Safety
like
gear.
leather gloves.
Yeah. So that's good, right? So like most people, everybody should have the standard riding gear when
definitely.
you're riding. So so if people that are worried that I can't do track days because I don't have leathers, well, you can get out and do a drag day because if you've got your normal riding gear, then that's all you need for the drag days.
And our On2Crew jackets are approved.
Kevlar,
Yes, yeah, definitely.
nice plug. I like that one.
Yeah. Always, mate, always.
Got to get that in. Well, that's. I think we've kind of pretty much covered everything. For anybody that also wants to get out there, they're great days to go out and watch. Got the roll racing coming up. just keep an eye on places like QR for the roll racing, like Willowbank, because they've always got different things. And you know, get out and support Jason. Like he's obviously goes pretty well. He's won the roll racing a couple of times, and I'm sure he's had his fair share of wins over his 13 years of racing. So I really appreciate you coming on.
Cheers, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks to you too, Jace. It's
Cheers,
been
man.
good.
Thank you.
But again, for you guys out there, please head to the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit those notifications, share it with all your friends. As always, without you guys, we can't be bringing you this, and this is why we do it. You know, we do it for everyone out there. But that's it. That's it from us for the Couch Talks today. We'll see you next month. And remember, On2Crew, where passion comes to life. And this is where we get up and walk away.
Done.